All right, let's now get you the biggest news back home from India. India's economy is under pressure. In a few hours from now, India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will be presenting her second union budget. The expectations are, of course, very high. How can the government intervene to revive growth at a time when there's a slowdown the world over? Now, how bad is the picture? What are the pain points? Yesterday, of course, the economic survey was released, which basically gives a kind of a vision as to which way the budget may go. And projections are, of course, that this time there will be a focus on trying to improve lives. We've broken down the economic survey for you, the good, the bad and the ugly. And this is also an indicator as to what could come in the budget. Take a look.
Every year, India's economic survey is released a day before its budget presentation. And every year, it's a mixed bag, with some good news and some bad news. Let's begin with the good news. It's estimated that 8 crore jobs will be created in the next 10 years. The idea is to achieve China-like labor-intensive growth. And the survey believes that India has the resources to grow like China. What's the mantra? Assemble India. Set up assembling operations on a mammoth scale and export network products. Growth has slowed, but there's a silver lining. This year, India will see 5% growth, but things will improve in the second half of the year. The survey expects an uptick based on 10 factors, including higher FDI, better consumer demand, and more GST revenue. Even better, there will be a proper revival next year. The Indian economy is expected to grow at 6.5% by 2021. Thalinomics. That's right, the average Indian's ability to put a meal on the plate has not been tested for the last 6 years. The cost of essential food items has remained stable, with overall inflation witnessing a sharp decline to just 2.6% in December 2019. The affordability of a vegetarian thali has improved by nearly 30% in the last 15 years. While that of a non-vegetarian thali is up by 18%. Exports and imports both dropped in the first half of last year. But net, India exported more than it imported. Oil prices have gone down, and that has helped India's import BIL. The result is a lower current account deficit. That also means that India is more comfortable in terms of foreign exchange reserves. While all that's good, it's time now for the bad news. The government is under pressure to revive growth. And for that to happen, it needs to spend on big projects. So much so that the survey expects the fiscal deficit target to be relaxed. For India to become that $5 trillion economy by 2025, it needs to spend close to $1.5 trillion over the next 5 years on infrastructure. According to the survey, the government is expected to widen its budget deficit target to 3.8% of the GDP, from the original plan of 3.3%. The survey says what we've been saying. Debt waivers have disrupted India's credit culture, so farmers will find it harder to get loans. The survey also says the government's excessive intervention in markets is stifling economic freedom. India needs more pro-business policies. And India needs to cut out policies that help crony capitalism. And last, but certainly not the least, the world economy is under pressure. And that is hurting India. Companies across sectors, across countries are witnessing a dip in growth. So India will hit speed breakers. But the growth target is on track with IMF projections. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
Alright, so the target, of course, is making a $5 trillion economy, and you can watch our budget coverage live from